my god, this is horrible. This is the worst anxiety I've ever had in my entire life.
You just refreshing?
I went to a COVID wedding and this is still more stressful than that. Oh! Oh!
Boom! Clap sound! What? We did it? What? We did it? Oh my god. Take a screenshot.
I did take a screenshot.
Take another one.
Holy moly, you guys! What a story there is behind our appearance here at Hollywood Studios today. And I promise we are gonna tell you that story. But before we get there, let's take some maskless photos at Disney World for the first time since the pandemic hit. What better way to start the day than with the attraction that literally opened like a week before the pandemic hit?
I admittedly don't think I ever got a chance to go on the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, so you won't even know what you're missing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know that I would have liked the Great Movie Ride based on what I saw of it, but...
You refuse to watch ride-throughs and POVs of Mickey and Minnie, so you have...
I've seen like little snippets.
You have a loose idea of what to expect, but you don't know what's coming.
Like I know, and I know they're not doing the pre-show right now, which is part of the story. When like Goofy smashes through the wall or something.
Oh, but see, you know that, so you're fine.
Yeah.
As long as...
But I think it was a cool, I remember watching, I did think I watched the pre-show and it had like a cool effect of looking 3D or whatever, I don't know. I'll ride it with the full effect someday.
And air conditioning.
What could possibly go wrong?
So much cooler than I was expecting it to be, having watched like ride-throughs
in person.
Yeah,
because it's so much of the 3D effect you really can't tell, and you also can't feel what the car is doing. Like the car is so
it's so involved in what's happening.
Yeah, like the conga and the tornado and the little shock you get at the end. That scared me actually.
I don't know if it's better than the Great Movie Ride. It's different, but I like it. Gertie! It's been 10 years since I last saw Gertie!
It's been a minute.
We should take a picture with Gertie.
Yes.
Cheese! As you may or may not have noticed, we've been taking some maskless photos here today. I want to be clear, that is no longer against the rules. Disney has made a major change to its face mask policy recently, just in time for this trip, which worked out great for us. You can now take photos without a mask as long as you are 6 feet away from everyone, outdoors, and stationary. Provided you follow all 3 of those guidelines, your risk of transmitting COVID-19 if you have it or catching it from someone else while your mask is off, pretty much 0. So this makes a lot of sense. I know everyone is really excited about it. I've seen a lot of happy faces here today, including ours. So I think it's a great change. As long as everyone follows the rules, hopefully we don't have to backpedal on it.
Right.
This is actually our first time ever in Galaxy's Edge. Neither of us has been here in about 10 years, so Galaxy's Edge was not constructed when we came here last. So this is our genuine first time reaction walking into Galaxy's Edge. Oh, and then suddenly the sun. The sun got hotter all of a sudden when we walked through here. What? The day is turning around.
Oh my god. You guys have no idea. You can't see my face, but I have like the most shocked face.
Whoa, whoa.
For the health and safety of everyone, eating and drinking are not permitted while in line. Face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times while in line and on the attraction.
Incoming transmission from Ray. BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Should you be in flight prep? Crews, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system.
Yellow's following first, Silver's right after. Let's go, recruit.
We're being called. We've been summoned.
Yellow right around here. Yellow right behind here.
Alright.
Make sure you're out with your range up.
Oh my god.
Silver right over here.
Transport takeoff in 20
So
seconds.
face coverings on at all times. Hold on to the handrails. Stand clear of the door.
Airspeed sensor. Thank you.
You look so good.
Team ready.
Affirmative. Engines are high. Red 2, Blue 5, report. Red 2, check.
Blue 5 standing by.
Engage repulsors and hold on, recruits.
Oh my god.
I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Bavaria. There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields.
We got company. First Order TIE fighters. Reroute. Reroute. Red 2, Blue 5, we got clear paths so transport can make a jump.
We lost Red 2, more incoming. Blue 5 taking evasive action.
Try to shake him, Blue.
I'm trying, but
We lost Blue 5. I'm gonna try to drive him away.
Copy that. This is TR-141. We are a civilian vessel. By whose authority are we being detained?
By the authority of the First Order, Resistance scum. Now bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Tell them the location of our secret base. Tell them nothing. The future of the Resistance is at stake.
Oh my god.
No way. Is it too late to join the First Order? They seem better funded than the Resistance.
I think you're being subtle and discreet.
I mean, I've been less subtle and less discreet.
That's impressive, because you're not subtle or discreet at all. Couple that with your ability to not get captured. Let's see why the Resistance would pick you to be a spy.
Wait, you still here?
Go.
With an attack force. Get to the escape pods now.
For your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the turbo lift at the end of the hallway. Turn right.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait.
Bye-bye. No way.
Sit down!
Authorization.
The resistance will attempt to rescue the prisoners.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields!
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run.
Attention, all resistance personnel. Abandon ship. I repeat, abandon ship. This is yours about.
There's no escape. You will tell me the location of the secret base, and then I will destroy you and your resistance.
You guys really like to get close, okay, you're clear. Your escape pods came in a little off target. Ground crews will meet you outside the wreck. Like that? Where's the lieutenant? I need eyes on deck. I know. Staffers copy. Yeah. I should hope so. Great job, recruits. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the resistance base is secure. Bravo! Yes, R5, you too.
So, Rise of the Resistance. A lot more real than I thought it was. Like, a lot more vivid, I guess is a better word for it.
I mean, it's the immersion. It's
When
the
you're
total immersion.
when you're in it, you're really in it, and when you're coming out of it, it's hard to tell whether or not you're actually coming out of it or what. Because we've seen all of these POVs.
Yeah.
We've seen all of our vlogger friends out here doing Rise of the Resistance. We've seen how other people got boarding passes. It was because of a lot of input from other vloggers that we were able to get a boarding pass this morning. But it blows your mind to be on it versus to see it.
Right.
Like, the holograms are so much more vivid. It's probably the hologram of Rey at the very beginning was so much more vivid than I was expecting it to be. Like, it probably was an actual hologram.
And the BB-8 is larger, and you know, he's more fluid, and the Admiral Beck or Captain Beck, I mean, he's an amazing animatronic. I don't think that guy gets enough like.
Kylo's
great.
Yeah.
And he was working today, which is great. 'Cause
Everything worked.
Everything seemed to be working.
Kylo is working perfectly. The wind effects really add a fourth dimension to everything you're experiencing. Like, it genuinely feels like the ship is losing pressure and that you're actually going to die when you're dropped out from
like the
escape
damage
pod.
that comes up from the ship being blasted. It's just so cool.
Really, really immersive and really vivid. I wouldn't go as far as to say, oh my goodness, it's the best ride I've ever been on, because I'm not as big a Star Wars fan as some of the other people who have been out here and have said that. But I will say that as a casual Star Wars fan who watched mostly just the mainline movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we won't speak of the prequels, it was really fun. It was really fun to step into a Star Wars movie in progress.
It's definitely worth trying to do it, and if you get it, you'll be happy you did it.
Yes,
For sure.
and we were.
We were.
And we were. So if you've been following along in real time, you'll know that we started the day with the top 2 attractions, both brand new here in Hollywood Studios. We've barely scratched the surface of what there is here to see in both Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios as a whole park, because we haven't been here in so long that everything is new for us.
Yep.
10 years, just like Epcot. What have we been doing with our lives?
We're working on a ship.
Poor guy's just trying to get work done. We're bothering him.
Oh, and Rey.
Rey!
It's Chewie and Rey just chilling out.
Rey has taken the Stormtrooper post back.
Yep.
Oh, Coke sounds good. But will probably not be good for me since I haven't had much water today. Oh, here we go. The man himself.
See this right here? Legion. I do what I want. Bounty.
You're agitating him. You're agitating him. He's gonna kill us all.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa. It's like Space Aladdin. Ah! The little droid's room. I think I will. Alright, so we said eventually we'd tell this story about how we wound up in Hollywood Studios today and all the things that went wrong in between leaving this morning and getting here. The idea was to have a room ready at the Riviera where we're staying, drop our stuff in that room, change our clothes, get on the Skyliner, come here. And we had tons and tons of time when we landed. We landed about 15 minutes early. The park actually moved up opening, which is good news on a regular basis, but today we were a little bit worried about it because we knew we were not going to get here before park open anymore since our flight was pushed back by 15 minutes from when it had originally been scheduled. So although we arrived early by Southwest standards, we arrived late by Disney standards. Now that wouldn't have been as big a problem as it was if we had not gotten boarding group number 26. That is one of the first boarding groups there is.
It's actually like the second pack.
They start at 1 and then they do like 1 to 22 and then they do 23 to 30 something. So yeah, we were expected to be in the queue at 11:06, which is about when we were standing in line for Magical Express. We were already behind, and then, I kid you not, there was a 2-hour wait for Magical Express at MCO. I know that Magical Express, it's on its last legs, it's being wound down, and maybe there are fewer buses, maybe, I don't know, maybe there are just this many buses all the time. And I know we've all watched the same channels, we know that Magical Express is not 100% reliable 100% of the time, that you should leave as much time as possible and be very laid back and relaxed about when you're planning to be where you're planning to be. Leave yourself enough time to get where you're planning to be. I understand all of that. However, the last time we took Magical Express, we were misled because it took probably, I mean, we showed up and they had us on the next bus. It took us about 5-10 minutes. So our expectations were way too high coming in and they were met way down here by this most recent go on Magical Express. We could have planned it better, but we also were like, our bar was way too high for Magical Express.
If there was any way to choose a later boarding group, we would have,
but we were stressing about the fact that we were boarding group number 26 and we were already a little bit behind schedule while we were standing in line. Fortunately, after 2 hours, we did get on Magical Express. We were able to get to the Riviera pretty quickly. The bellhop took our bags, said our room's not ready yet, but they would be happy to hold the bags for us, and we got a ticket so we can go back and pick them up later. So that all worked out. We hopped the Skyliner, we got to Hollywood Studios. Here's the problem. We got to Hollywood Studios at 12:45. We've already missed our first boarding group, and so we're thinking, well, at 1 o'clock, there are more passes released. If we can make it into the park before 1, we have a second shot to get on the ride. Unfortunately, when we got to the front gate, our passes didn't work. And we have DVC annual passes, which have the gold passes that you get through DVC. They have very, very limited blackout dates. So it never even occurred to us to look at when those blackout dates would be, because they're so literal. I mean, 3 weeks out of the year, these things aren't good. The rest of the year is fine, but unfortunately the 2 weeks following and preceding Easter are the 2 weeks that the passes are not good for. We were able to make park reservations, I guess because of a glitch in the system, so we didn't think anything of it.
Because our passes are technically good until October, so the app system doesn't recognize the blackout date, but the turnstile does. So the turnstile locks you out.
So we get here and the turnstile says, these people do not belong here, and we're like, what?
It was so scary.
We talked to the most lovely human being at guest services. She was so sympathetic, and we have to give a shout out to, was it Mary Eileen?
Yeah, Mary Eileen.
Mary Eileen. I'm sorry if we're not remembering.
From New York.
Yes, Mary at Hollywood Studios today. was absolutely fantastic. We owe her our lives. She looked at us, she could tell instantly what went wrong as soon as she looked at the date. It was the most embarrassing thing that we've ever done.
I was like, why am I so dumb? Why didn't we know this?
Because we should have checked. We should have. We should not be here today.
She did let us know that it is on, you know, the guests to know when their blackout dates are. You can, of course, show up and then be turned away because you're at a blackout date.
Well, and you can still book a DVC stay at the Riviera or any other DVC. Like, you can come and do a staycation. Right. So we had a resort and we had a park reservation, but we technically, because of the blackout dates, did not have a ticket.
Right.
And they were out of tickets. So we like one look at us and she was like, I know, I understand what happened. I totally get how you got confused. I'm gonna help you out, but you need to be aware of this moving forward. And we were just like, bless you, kind woman.
Yeah. So
we're so lucky to be here.
Yeah.
We will not make this mistake again, but we just want to shout out to the amazing cast members who helped us out today. And that is not where cast member empathy ended, by the way, because as you may have already seen, we did get on Rise of Resistance. We showed up to the Blue Umbrella guest service station just outside of Blackspire Outpost, where Galaxy's Edge is. And they told us basically, look, you have a screenshot of your boarding group, because we were smart enough to do at least that. You got a screenshot of your boarding group, you walk up, you tell them what happened, they'll let you in the line. If not, come see me, I'll help you out. But it was like, they were so, they heard our story, our sob story, and they were so like, dude, don't even worry about it. It happens more often than you would think, get in the line. I just can't say anything more. Like, I'm so blown away by how well they treated us today. Hashtag cast members make the magic. That's all I have to say. I truly have not seen this site with my own two eyes in a very, very long time. It is highly dope though.
Tower of Terror looks so cool.
Sunset Boulevard, Tower of Terror. The last time I rode any kind of Tower of Terror clone, it was Disneyland's version, well, DCA's, with Guardians of the Galaxy's overlay. Still fun.
But
not
it's
as creepy.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah. I am a huge fan of the Twilight Zone. That's not sarcasm, I really like it. I'm gonna put my bet on 15-20 more minute stops. It's moving real quick. Clocking in about 25 minutes so far. Definitely not an hour's wait. It's Slinky time. We're in the back. We got the back. He got his tail.
We got the butt.
Woo! 30 minutes.
That was awesome. Oh!
Yeah! Woo! Whoa! Whoa! A little bit of kick in the back. This is it. This is our moment.
Here we go.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Wow! A little bit of kick to that! Woo! Whoa! Whoa! There was a camera! anything else over the copyrighted music. Yeah. Slinky Dog, awesome. Mock Rides always pulls through, so we weren't going to be disappointed no matter what, but definitely great back row ride, more airtime than I expected, more kick than I expected. Excellent coaster credit. We're now on our way to Oga's Cantina for our reservation. We're a little bit early. They did allow us to check in a little bit early mobily, so Object 1 is to find it and make sure that we're not going to get lost getting there. Object 2 would be, if there's extra time, swing by the Millennium Falcon and take a couple pictures while it's starting to thin out a little bit crowd-wise. Oh, never mind. They say our table's ready. So I guess it's just down to Object 1 now. Oh! Wow. Thank you. So Oga's doesn't really do dinner in the sense of like a traditional full meal, but they do have some awesome looking snacks. We ordered one of two things on the limited menu right now. This is the Hapabore sampler. It's a bunch of cheese, meats, and crackers basically, but it looks...
He won't tell us what's spicy, so it's a surprise.
It's a guessing game. I like it. This is a bar. Real space pirates don't have to fear the spice. And I say that as Katie is dulling her senses with a fuzzy tauntaun, so that in the event of something being spicy, she won't know what.
I think it will make my dining experience more exciting.
Because of COVID, the limited space, the social distancing angle, you only get 45 minutes when you're in here before you are politely asked to move along. So you really should look at the menu before you get here so that you have kind of an idea of what you want to eat and drink. The eating options are pretty limited, as we said, but the drinking options are pretty vast. So definitely take a look at the menu before you get in here, make your choice, so that when you sit down, the bartender comes up to you, you can just load them up with your order and you're good to go.
I don't know what I'm eating, but it tastes good. You're going in for the other mystery meat.
Yeah, although I gotta be honest, I feel like we had the easy job picking what appeared to be a hot dog.
It didn't appear to be a hot dog, it just tasted like one.
That's so recognizable to me.
Is it salami?
No. It's like cured beef. Like, you try it. You'll be able to tell what it is. I know exactly what it is, but I can't identify it. You know what it is? Are you just gonna keep eating it?
I don't know, but it tastes good. Like, I have no idea.
If you know your Disney history, you'll know that DJ Rex over here is the last remaining piece of the original Star Tours ride. He used to be your pilot back in the day, and it's still on the soundtrack, I think. DJ Rex is in the background. He was the OG pilot that took you through the galaxies. He was not the greatest pilot, but we all loved him. And it is great for him to find some second use here as a DJ. And if you can't tell, I am a fan. If we had time, we would definitely be out here getting some photos of the Millennium Falcon and probably riding the ride too. However, we are only here for one day and we have one thing that we absolutely have to ride before park closes in 20 minutes and not a whole lot of time to get there because you have to be in line in 20 minutes in order to ride it. So we are booking it for Tower of Terror.
You are the passengers in a most uncommon elevator about to ascend into your very own episode of The Twilight Zone. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel in the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.
There you have it, guys. What a day that we were not supposed to have, apparently, but that we got to have because of the amazing cast members here. Again, didn't get to do everything. There's never enough time at Disney World, no matter how many hours you think you've got planned out in a day. There's never enough time to get to absolutely everything that a park has to offer. Even what some may call a half-day park. Hollywood Studios, more recently, has just been Star Wars Park. So we love Tower of Terror, we love Toy Story Land, we love Muppets, we love the Star Tours original attraction. Even some of those favorites we didn't get to today. But we still had an absolutely amazing time. And frankly, we haven't been to Hollywood Studios in so long that all of this was new and exciting for us. We're here at Walt Disney World for a couple more days before we have to eventually trudge home. Hopefully we'll be able to keep our 4-park plan. If not, we'll make some flexible changes based on blackout dates and we'll roll with the punches. But we'll definitely be seeing you guys in a couple more vlogs soon.
Every day's a new adventure!